So I'm back here in the Cairngorms in Scotland, and as you can see, the weather's pretty miserable. Yeah, it's very rainy here, but that's okay because it actually works quite well for colour photography. The moisture in the atmosphere, the moisture being absorbed into the foliage, the trees, the earth, it actually brings out quite a lot of the colour, and the clouds overhanging actually create a nice soft light. It acts like a very nice softbox over the sky. So what it does is it means I can actually shoot colour photography throughout the day if it stays overcast like this, and all the colours will be nicely saturated. It should work quite well. It just makes it quite challenging from a technical standpoint. All I'm doing here at the moment is really having a scout round, looking at what's out here and looking for subjects. At the moment I'm here by this river. I think this is the River Lui, if I'm saying that correctly. I don't know, but this is coming down from Glen Lui here in the Cairngorms down to the River Dee, which actually flows all the way out to Aberdeen over there. But yeah, today my primary objective is just to go around scout. I arrived here yesterday. I'm staying at a hotel over in Braemar, so yeah, that's the plan for now. Just wander around and see what's out here. But yeah, it's going to be challenging, but hopefully the results will be well worth it. That is a pine tree growing out of the roots of a fallen Scots pine. So that's quite interesting, possibly quite a good subject there. I was just strolling along the path here and couldn't quite believe what I'd seen. It's got a lot of potential, a lot of interest in it as a subject, so I just need to possibly have a look around at different compositions, different angles. Don't think I'll be taking an image of it today because I'm still kind of just hoping to spend my time today more scouting around, looking to see if I can find more interesting things to take images of, but this certainly stands out as something quite unique, quite special. If I just walk over here, you might be able to see a little bit more what I'm talking about, because it'll be able to show kind of what's going on with the fallen tree. So if I kind of tilt the camera like this, where's it gone? There it is. So you can see there's kind of the fallen Scots pine there with the young pine tree kind of growing out of the upturned root. So, quite an interesting scene. Well, this is quite a familiar sight. Last time I was here in the Cairngorms, I pitched a tent right under this tree. I was actually kind of hoping that I'd be able to find the hat that I left here last time. I accidentally mislaid my hat that I had with me at the time, but it must have been eaten by the local badger wildlife. But yeah, this is actually quite a surreal feeling, being in a spot where I nearby took a couple of images. I can actually see, looking over this way, a scene that I've looked at quite a few times as a photograph from last year. And yeah, it really is kind of surreal, just standing inside of what you kind of associate as just being a photograph, and to see it as real life back in front of you is it's kind of weird. But yeah, I've just been roaming around a little bit now. Came away from the river area and now I'm going to head up more towards into the mountains a little bit, scout out what's up there before heading back slightly before it gets dark, and come back here tomorrow with a fair idea of a few certain scenes that I want to photograph. Definitely going to be having another look at that scene of the pine tree growing out of the roots of the fallen Scots pine. Kind of tells a little bit of a story about the cycle of life, you know, the fallen tree, the young pine tree. It's kind of, I know, it tells a little bit of a story, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, I'm going to wander on up into the hills a little bit more. I can actually see snow up there on top of the main peak in the background up there. So yeah, I don't think I'll be going anywhere near that. I'm kind of not really equipped to ascend to the snowy heights, but possibly there could be something incorporating that in a composition. But for now I'm going to continue on and catch up with you in a little while. So I've got a nice scene here with this small pine tree just backed up against this collapsed bit of land there with lots of exposed rocks, boulders and things like that. It jumped out at me because it's got the colour contrast of the green against the kind of greeny brown of the rocky backdrop there. So I thought I'd stop and capture this while I'm heading up the valley, as I've not actually taken any images so far, so this will be the first one. Not the most extravagant scene. I don't really think, with the conditions that I've got here, I'm going to be getting any incredible light or anything like that, but it has got quite a nice saturated look, quite a calming look. The light's very even, very subdued, so it's kind of the sort of scene that, I don't know, it has that calming quality that I often quite like in images, rather than the amazing, very in-your-face, high contrast lighting that landscape photography sometimes seems to have. And it's a more intimate shot as well. The conditions here at the moment don't really lend themselves to huge vistas, although there is quite a lot of interesting stuff happening with the clouds up the valley there. I really think that this is going to be it for today. I did find a few more scenes as I was coming up the valley here, and hopefully I'll be able to come back and capture those over the next few days. I think for now I'm going to possibly sort of look at heading back towards the car park now. It's quite a walk and there's not a lot of light left for today. I wouldn't really want to get caught out here in the dark because there is wildlife and I don't really know exactly what wildlife's out here, but yeah, I'm gonna head back to the hotel, have some food and kind of figure out in my head what I'm going to do for tomorrow. But it's been a great first day. It's great to be back out here in the Cairngorms, so speak to you in a bit.